When I first started telling this story, my wife was just like, she was like, hey, I love you, but it's kind of a bum out. I swear to God, first show, she goes, it's kind of a bum out. I was like, how dare you? I've sold a lot of records. Didn't work though. She goes, I don't give a shit about your record sold. It was kind of a bum out. And I was like, fuck, God damn it. So what I did the next show was I let everyone know it's not meant to be a bum out. This is meant to be empowering. So, a few years ago, Alon Rubin, our drummer, joined the band and we started writing a record. The record was called The Dream Walker. And the very first song that we were writing together was difficult because normally when you write a song, you're writing like a verse, chorus. It's pretty simple. On this one, I was like, I want to do something different. Let's write all these words, and at the end of the song, let's put a chorus. Okay, so I'm writing the words, but I'm pretty bummed out. Normally, Angels and Airwaves, we're like, let's make the world a better place. But on this song, I felt pretty bummed out, and this is why. I was hanging out in my driveway, and I get a call from my dad. And my dad goes, hey, what are you doing? I'm on nothing, I'm just cruising. What's going on? And he goes, hey, I just got tested. I got cancer. And I was like, okay. Well, he's had cancer before, so this wasn't like the hugest news. I just kind of thought like we can fight it. He's all, this is different. He sounded really nervous. So I went to the hospital with him, and we were in a small room. There was me, my dad, and it was the doctor. And the doctor was talking about what they're gonna do for him. The doctor was like, we're gonna hit it with this chemotherapy, we're gonna hit it with this chemotherapy, and we're gonna attack with vigor and strength and all this bullshit. And my dad stopped him and he was like, hey, what are you really saying? The doctor took a deep breath and he goes, you have 18 months. Now, I'm sitting in this room, and you know when you get on an elevator and you drop really fast, your stomach fucking falls? You know when that adrenaline goes through your body? Oh my God, I was sitting there like, I didn't know if I was gonna cry or if I was gonna like fucking pass out. I was like, this is not happening. He's fought cancer since I was in 7th grade. What the fuck is this shit? Now, I felt this big. I felt like this fucking big. And I remember telling my dad after that, I was like, oh my God, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. But honestly, I didn't know. And I'm going back to the studio during the day trying to write this first song with Alon. And so I'm pretty fucking cynical. I'm writing all these words like I stay up late at night and I read a lot of shit and I do a lot of things to try to make the world a better place, to try to talk to you guys about it, like the whole thing I've been doing with the government over the past few years. Like there's certain things that I know about. But on this, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't have a happy ending for it. So all the words that I wrote during that period were really cynical. Were really like, I don't know what happens when we die. I don't have any info for you. I don't know if it's beautiful. I don't know if it's good. And so I remember feeling like pretty fucking bummed out because my dad was dying. Well, guess what? I wrote those words and I put the song on the shelf. My dad did not last 18 months. He lasted about 6 months. And I remember one night, he was laying in hospice where he's like in the bed and they're putting morphine in him just to like kind of get through with all the pain. And I was exhausted. So I went home and I like went to bed, and around 3 in the morning, this is a true story, 3 in the morning, I feel this fucking jolt of electricity. I feel this huge like injection of like, it's like heroin, like with fucking 1,000,000 volts from the sun. And I wake up out of my bed and I have these goosebumps on my arms and I have the hair standing up on the back of my neck. And I was like, fuck, and I remember there was something in the room. I remember there was like a bright light, like these lights, and I was like blinded by it. I didn't understand what was going on. I was so like, fuck, it was so weird. And right when I was trying to focus my eyes and I didn't know what was happening, my phone on my fucking nightstand buzzes. So I look over at my phone and it says, boom, your dad just passed. And I was like, holy shit. So I grab my fucking phone and I call out my sister Carrie. And I call her at 3 in the morning and Carrie answers the fucking phone. And she goes, what are you doing? And I go, oh my God, you're awake. And she goes, I know. I'm all, how do you feel? I didn't tell her shit. She goes, I go, how do you feel? And she goes, oh my God, I don't understand what's happening. I feel like I'm on drugs. I feel good. I feel like euphoric. I feel, and she stops and she goes, I feel like there's like a hug, like a warm hug around me. And I said, you know why? And she goes, what's going on? And I said, Dad just died. Now I knew exactly what happened because when his mom, my grandmother, died, I went home at 4 p.m, took a nap, and the same fucking thing happened. I woke up, but it wasn't as strong. It was like 20% as strong, but it was the same euphoric feeling. And so I knew what this was. So I told my sister, Mom, you know what just fucking happened? His soul went straight through me, and it went straight through you, and that's what you're fucking feeling. So I went to the house, and all these people are crying. They're crying in the living room. Do you want to see your dad? He's in the back room. Fuck you, he is not sitting in that body. He's on a whole different fucking plane, and I felt him, motherfuckers, and this shit was strong. And I went to the funeral, and I had 200 people crying, my mom and all these other people, and I just mean, you guys don't know shit. You guys want to celebrate this little meaningless, tiny little life, but the reality is we're immortal, and I felt this shit, and it was like that power that creates stars, and that kept me going, and I felt like I had something to say. So you know what I did? I went back to that studio. Remember that song? Remember that fucking song that I was trying to write? Well, I was cynical, where I didn't have a lot of faith, where I felt really fucking bummed out that my dad was dying and everything sucked. Bet your fucking asses I had a different point of view. I took that song off the shelf, and I wrote an ending. I wrote the chorus. And I felt so empowered that I was like, one of the most proud things I've ever done as an artist. I've done a lot of cool things where I feel like I can relate to people and help people like see things differently, but on this moment, my life changed. Now you meet people where they say they saw something or they felt something and it was like paranormal or supernatural, and you're like, fuck you, you're my buddy, I love you, I believe you, but yeah, that's kind of your own thing. Well, I'm telling you, I am your buddy that saw this and felt this, and it fucking changed my life. And I really want you to know one thing, and this is everything that this band stands for. For 15 fucking years, I have been trying to say this, and I'm sitting here with a few thousand people, and I feel like you're getting it. That everything that you do, everything that happens, no matter what, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. And it's about lessons, and it's about learning, and it's about passing love on. And every decision you do is about love or the absence of love. Every way you act and every way you feel. So this song, normally I would say it's for my dad. I'm not. I don't think he wants that. He doesn't need that shit. This is for you guys. The song's called Tunnels. It goes like this.